What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jedi Jai. My name is Mike. I got another Bad Batch reaction coming at you. We got the 2-episode finale of Season 2. We got episode 15. This one's called The Summit. In general, I've enjoyed the Bad Batch this season. I think I enjoyed Season 1 a little bit more overall. We'll have to see how this season wraps up. I also don't know if this is going to be the end of the Bad Batch period or if there's possibly another season. So I don't really know whether to anticipate this being the end in general or if it's just the end of this particular moment. I would think that because they've established Omega as this new character and people actually like her potential now, that it would be... I think it would make sense for them to, at the very least, continue her story, whether it's in the Bad Batch specifically or they just start a new animated show, or I think it makes perfect sense to continue telling this story at this time in animated form. I don't really know what to expect, but if they do happen to wrap it up here in these final 2 episodes, I think that could potentially be fine. I don't necessarily think we've done all that much with the story. I think there's a few things that they kind of started that might come back. Like there's the whole Zillo Beast situation. Is that going to be important to these last 2 episodes? There were a few moments throughout the season where it was like, okay, that's really cool. Does it kind of stand alone on its own? Is it its own thing? Is the whole Sid situation going to come back into play? How they've chosen to kind of move on from her? Is that going to bite them in the butt? Like, there's a lot of things that might come back. They might not come back. So being in a position of not knowing what to expect, I think, is good because anything can happen, really. But in general, we're expecting Omega to get captured because they want to use her for her DNA for the cloning thing. So the whole Dr. Hemlock situation is going to be important. We really only have 2 quick half-hour episodes really here to get this done. So anything's possible. I'm ready for it. Let's jump in, have some fun. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Do we know where they're detaining Crosshair and the other clones?
Negative. Their base of operations is unknown.
According to a contact of mine, Hemlock's set to attend a high-level Imperial summit in 2 rotations. Tarkin's compound on Iriadu. We can plant a homing beacon on Hemlock's ship and track him to his base. Let's get started.
Going to Tarkin's base.
Details when you get
I
back.
want to see Fee
Bye, Fee.
say bye to Tech. Like, come back to me, buddy. I knew it. I knew it. She's gonna look at a little Fee Tech moment.
So, you were just going to leave without saying goodbye.
That is correct.
What a stud. Oh, sorry. What? You're talking to me?
Did you require a briefing?
When 2 friends are talking, it's called a conversation.
Just keep doing what you're doing, Tech.
Don't go running off with any pirates or smugglers while you're gone.
Especially female ones.
Yes.
See you around, brown eyes.
When he said to Omega in that one episode, what is your issue? When she was crying. And Fee just basically is like trying her best to make a move on him, and he's just like, what? Huh? Couldn't... I'm sorry, man. Tech is just... What a stud. Not the best with the ladies. Nice.
Governor Tarkin's been expecting you. This way.
When does he officially become off target? Nice.
You're late, Hemlock.
There were matters that required my attention.
No tanks and no explosions this time, Wrecker. Fine.
We must be precise.
What? I can handle it!
They all look at Wrecker.
Detecting a malfunction in sensor 3811.
Recycle the feed.
Did you try unplugging it and plugging it in again? Call Imperial IT. Nice. About to be.
Never mind.
The guardrails never do much in Star Wars.
Dr. Hemlock, what do you have to report on your Advanced Science Division? The funding you have requested, Hemlock, is quite substantial.
Science is not something you rush. And with more clone troopers being decommissioned, I have found a new purpose for them. Test subjects to aid in my research.
Guinea pigs.
And these clones have agreed to your experimentation?
Of course not.
They are Imperial property. Their cooperation is not required.
I also served with the clones and found them, at times, to be very unpredictable. Under Jedi leadership, they adopted a concerning level of individuality.
What happens if they become aware of what's happening and take up arms against us?
And we will deal with them, swiftly and unilaterally, to quell any threat of a clone uprising.
Any threat.
Commander Krennic, in
Krennic!
witness to the
I didn't realize
status
Krennic was there.
of Project Stardust.
Yo, Stardust. Death Star, dude. Let's go. That's so funny. I didn't even realize that Krennic was sitting there. That's so cool. Nice little Rogue One tie-in.
Many of the surveillance systems have had cycled deactivations in various corridors. Echo, keep an eye on things.
Does that mean somebody else is breaking in? Is that what that implied?
Okay, the homing beacon is secure. I'm pinned down.
Stay in position. I'll divert them.
Somebody's getting fired. You just stepped on a mouse droid.
Another offline camera.
Yeah, the whole offline camera thing, like...
This quadrant of the surveillance system has been fully deactivated. A thermal explosive.
Someone is targeting this
Yeah,
base.
somebody else is there.
Good thing we have more.
Who is it?
Didn't expect to find you two.
Saw Gerrera, dude! Let's go!
I told you on Onderon you had a choice to make. Looks like you've chosen.
Nice.
I'm leveling this compound, along with all the Imperials inside it.
Yikes.
We're tracking one of the officers. We need to find his base where clones are being imprisoned.
You expect me to call this off to save a few prisoners?
Oh.
Have you considered that by destroying this facility, you are wiping out any chance to gather intel that could help your cause?
But sacrifices have to be made for the greater good.
It's a very Saw
We have to
Gerrera
go
philosophy. Bro!
Get back to the rail line.
We will resume momentarily. Take your seats, gentlemen. As you can see, we are perfectly safe.
They always have Hemlock's eyes glow in the dark. It's extra creepy. God damn, Saw Gerrera. Bro. Dude. Tarkin is not happy.
We're losing power.
Oh, they're gonna be suspended in the air?
This is going to be a problem.
is stuck. To be continued. Yep. Interesting. This is the second to last episode, and they didn't capture Omega like I thought. So we're going into the last episode. Everybody's still together. Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. I was convinced that it was going to be like they were going to convince Omega, and then the Batch was going to have to go infiltrate to rescue her. Maybe that just seems a little too predictable, but some fun stuff in this. I didn't realize that Krennic was the character that was sitting there until Tarkin addressed him as Krennic, and he's like, "Tell me more about Stardust." So we know that that's Death Star from Rogue One. That's Jyn Erso's. That's what Galen Erso called Jyn, was Stardust, and it's his project. And then when they find that out in Rogue One, so that's funny, knowing that this is like 20 years before A New Hope, and they're already talking about the Death Star, and it lets you know how long that. I mean, clearly that would have taken a long time to build, but it goes all the way back. And Tarkin is still Governor Tarkin here, but you can see the first signs of him being really, really like in power and in control here. It wasn't just Hemlock that they were having the eyes glow in the dark. They did it for Tarkin there at the end too. But Hemlock, they keep like in these dark, very low lit scenes where they'll have just a little bit of his face illuminated, and then like his eyes will be glowing. They've definitely made him into a very evil looking and sounding character. The way he talks too is just really creepy. I don't think the Bad Batch is necessarily gonna have anything crazy to go. I mean, there really is only one episode left, so I don't, and it's only half an hour. I don't anticipate like anybody getting captured or dying necessarily. We'll have to see. I don't think they'd save anything like that necessarily for the very last episode. Also, like I said in the beginning, I don't know whether this is like the end or whether they're gonna have a very, very sort of soft ending here, leaving tons open to continue. I have a feeling that would be the smart thing to do, regardless of whether the Bad Batch ends or not, that they'd want to have, leave it open so that they can continue doing stuff in some form in one way or another. Anyway, guys, I'm really excited to jump into the last episode. I want to see what happens. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Fully unedited reactions are on patreon.com/JediJive. Let's go check out the finale. See you in the next one, guys. Peace.